All right, so we're gonna have to plan out each drip and what kind of colors you want to have inside of your drips. So, like in her artwork, some sections are black and white, some are colors, some are rainbow ordered colors, some are just whatever color she chose to color in there. So it's really up to you. I would like for you to have at least 1 or 2 sections that are black and white, but I want the majority of your drippy sections to be colorful. They don't have to be rainbow order. They can be, that looks really nice, or they can be whatever colors you want. It can be a pattern. It's totally up to you. So you're gonna have to really think about where you want them, so planning it out. So I would start by counting your drips. I have 1 section, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections of drips. We're gonna be using I'm going to be using markers. If you have markers at home, I would love for you to use markers. I think that's going to get this to look the most like paint, kind of like her art. But if you don't have markers, you can always use colored pencils or even crayons. We just want to make sure that each section of the drip is thickly colored in. We don't want to leave any white space. We want it to kind of look like paint. So we're going to really try and fill in all of those spaces. So I have decided that I'm going to have this top section of drips and this bottom section of drips to be black and white. So you really just need a black marker or a Sharpie to fill those in. And then the rest of mine are going to be colorful. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding my black and white sections. The black section will be obviously all colored in, but the black and white sections will be pretty easy because you don't have to color the white parts. We're just going to leave them blank. So when I am coloring with a marker, which is something that I normally don't really do, I try my best to not color like this, back and forth, back and forth. That kind of ends up being kind of like scribble, scrabble, scratchy coloring. I like to go in lines. That way it looks nice and neat. You will also notice that every time I start to color a new section, I outline my pencil line of the section that I'm coloring. So I'm coloring in this black section and I am outlining that little row. That way it helps my brain remember which part I'm coloring and which part I'm leaving white. So the rest of this video is sped up, so I was definitely not coloring this fast. I was taking my time and just doing the same process for each little row of my black and white drips. So just outlining the row that I'm working on and then coloring with that marker, but coloring in lines. I know the sped up version really looks like I was scribbling, but I am coloring in lines. So using the fat side of my marker to lay down that color and color in lines. When you have finished your black and white drips, you can move on to your colorful drips and figure out what kind of colors you want to color with. For this section, I was doing my colors in rainbow order, and I started with pink and purples at the bottom. You can choose whatever kind of colors you want in whatever kind of order you want. So I did want to leave a little chunk of this video in real time, meaning that this is actually how long it took me to color this. When I speed up my videos, it makes the videos shorter, which is great because then you have more time to work. But then it can also be kind of confusing because it looks like I finished in 10 minutes when in reality it took me a lot longer than that. So the rest of this video is in real time, meaning this is the exact amount of time it took me. You can kind of see how I'm going, my process. So I just wanted you to have this just so you know that like this sped up video is pretty cool to look at. I love time-lapse videos, but it's not realistic. This is something that takes patience and time, and the longer you spend on it, the better quality it's gonna have, and I can't wait to see what you guys produce. So you can stop the video here. The rest, like I said, is just me finishing up my artwork in real time. So here it is. If you want to watch it, you can. It won't hurt my feelings. If you choose to pause it, stop it, or skip to the end, and go ahead and start your own.